Title, my wife pleaded, "Don't come to my company gala." "Why not?" I asked. She frowned. "I told everyone you're a lawyer, not a garbage collector." My wife said harshly, "I'll tell then you're in the hospital. Stay away." I walked out, heartbroken. On the night of the gala, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Calls from my wife, her boss, her coworkers. What happened? Chapter 1. The lie she chose over me. I had just come home after a long shift, boots muddy, hands scraped, the faint scent of engine oil clinging to my clothes, when I saw her sitting at the kitchen island, scrolling through her phone. Her nails were freshly done, her hair curled, and a shimmering black gown hung on the hallway hook. She didn't even glance up. "Hey," I said, trying to keep my tone light. "You look stunning. Big night?" That's when she sighed. Not the kind of sigh that invited conversation, more like the kind that asked you to shut up. I placed the lunchbox I'd carried every day for 15 years on the counter. "You want me to come tonight? I can change, get cleaned up, wear that gray suit you like." She flinched. "No," she said quietly, then turned to face me. "Actually, I'd prefer if you didn't come at all." My heart didn't break instantly. It cracked slowly, like a frozen windshield under pressure. "Why?" I asked. She hesitated. Then came the words I'll never forget. "I told everyone you're a lawyer." I blinked. "What?" "I didn't mean to at first," she said quickly. "But they asked what you did, and I panicked. I couldn't bring myself to say it. You fix trash compactors, you shovel other people's filth. My entire team is made of Ivy League graduates. They'd never understand." I stepped back like I'd been slapped. "So instead of standing by me, you lied about me?" Her eyes narrowed. "It's one night, just one lie. I'm the rising star at the firm, and I need this to go well." I clenched my fists. "You're ashamed of me." She didn't answer that. Then, almost like twisting the knife, she added, "If anyone asks, I'll just say you're in the hospital. Stay away, please." I didn't speak, just turned around, walked into our bedroom, and closed the door. That night, while she shimmered under the chandeliers of her polished glass tower, I sat alone on our back porch, hands still calloused, heart shattered. But that was also the moment everything changed. I wasn't just a garbage collector. I was the man she underestimated. And by the time the night was over, she would learn exactly what I was capable of. Chapter 2. While she toasted, I pulled the trigger. The night air was cold, but not colder than the silence in our house. I sat on the porch swing, staring into the dark, her words echoing like a looped recording. "I told everyone you're a lawyer. You fix trash compactors. Stay away, please." I didn't sleep. I didn't drink. I just planned. You see, my job might have been blue collar, but my mind wasn't. For 15 years, I'd quietly invested every spare dollar. Stocks, a rental property, even crypto before it boomed. She never asked, she never cared, and I never needed her to know. But now, her lie lit a fuse, and I had matches in both hands. Before the sun came up, I logged into my financial accounts and transferred every asset, legally and cleanly, into a new trust. One with my name. Only my name. Next, I contacted the HR department at her firm. Posing as a potential investor, I asked for a guest list and gala itinerary. A bit of sweet-talking and false urgency later, they sent it right over. And there it was. Mrs. Catherine Royce and husband Daniel Royce, senior counsel. Senior counsel. She didn't just call me a lawyer, she gave me a fake title. I smirked. While she got ready that evening, spritzing perfume and fluffing her hair in front of the mirror, I quietly slipped out the back door. I wasn't going to crash the party. I was going to detonate it. Chapter 3. The Gala, the Lie, and the Collapse. The gala venue was stunning. Crystal chandeliers, velvet drapes, champagne towers sparkling under golden light. I watched it all from the mezzanine level. Hidden, uninvited, exactly where I needed to be. Down below, Catherine stood tall in a red satin gown, radiating confidence and lies. Her coworkers buzzed around her, laughing, clinking glasses. Her boss, Richard Collins, CEO of the firm, raised his glass and announced, "Let's hear it for Catherine and her incredible legal strategist husband, Daniel Royce." The room applauded. She smiled. My name was a lie on her lips. Then came the part she hadn't planned for. On cue, the massive projector screen behind the podium flickered to life. A title card appeared. "Truth Matters. Who is Daniel Royce?" Really? The laughter stopped. One by one, slides rolled through. A photo of me in my garbage collector uniform. A timeline of my employment history, every honest, underappreciated role. Then, her company profile submission. Husband, corporate counsel, ex-Skadden, Harvard Law, gasps, murmurs. I watched as her coworkers turned to her, their admiration morphing into confusion. Then judgment. Richard Collins spoke first. "Is this true?" Catherine stammered. I didn't mean it was just easier to say he, but the damage was done. I made my way downstairs, this time not hiding. As I stepped into view, people parted like I was a ghost. She froze. "Daniel," she whispered. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult her. I just said, "You were embarrassed by me, Catherine. So, let me relieve you of the burden." Then I handed her a small envelope. Inside, the separation agreement. Already signed, already filed. Effective tomorrow. Everything in your life begins falling apart. I'll make sure of it. And I walked out. Behind me, I heard Richard mutter to his assistant, "We're going to have to review her position here." Then the lights dimmed. The gala ended early. And Catherine's world began to unravel, just like I planned. Chapter 4. Her perfect life unraveled. The very next morning, the news spread like wildfire through Catherine's firm. An anonymous email, sent to the entire executive board, contained everything. Her falsified HR paperwork, screenshots of her bragging to friends about polishing her husband's background for career perks, video footage from the gala showing her reaction to the truth being exposed. I didn't have to lift a finger. Her lies did all the work. By noon, Catherine was summoned to an emergency boardroom meeting. By 2 p.m., her access card was disabled. By 5 p.m., she was escorted from the building with a box in her hands and shame written across her face. That night, she came home to silence. The apartment? Emptied. The joint account? Drained. Legally. Thanks to a prenuptial clause she never thought I'd invoke, I had every right. Even her luxury car, which she'd smugly claimed as hers, had been leased under my name, repossessed before dinner. She called, texted, pleaded. "Please, Daniel, this was all a misunderstanding. You humiliated me. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. You can't just erase me from your life like this." But I could, and I had. What she didn't know, what no one knew, was that I'd been quietly preparing for this for 6 months. Ever since I overheard her laughing to a friend on the phone, "I can't let anyone know he collects trash." God, that would kill my image. That moment broke something in me, so I broke everything around her in return. Chapter 5. The final blow. 3 days later, Catherine showed up at my temporary apartment, makeup smudged, hair unkempt. She looked nothing like the power woman who used to strut into boardrooms like she owned them. "I lost everything, Daniel," she whispered. "My job, my car, my reputation." I didn't say a word. "I deserve it," she continued, voice cracking. "But please don't tell my parents. They think everything's fine." I tilted my head. "You mean the same parents who laughed when you said I wasn't good enough to be seen with you in public?" She blinked. "I told them the truth last night," I said calmly. "Sent them the same footage from the gala." Her knees buckled slightly. "But you can't, Daniel. My father's company has a reputation. He'll disown me." I let that hang in the air for a moment. Then I added, "Funny, that's what you did to me in front of everyone." She broke down, sobbing, but the final blow hadn't landed yet. That night, Daniel, the suave coworker she'd leaned on emotionally for months, called me. "I'm sorry, man," he muttered. "I didn't know she was like that. She said you were gone, divorced, done." I stayed silent. "She begged me to help her now," he continued, "wanted to move in, told me she had no one left. I told her no, I'm not throwing away my life for someone who lies like that." I chuckled. "She's all yours if you change your mind," I said before hanging up. But I knew he wouldn't. She burned every bridge. And now, for the first time, she stood truly alone, with nothing but the echo of her own words that destroyed her. Epilogue. Rising from ashes. 6 months later, I was standing on a rooftop balcony overlooking the city, not as a garbage collector, not as a husband ashamed of who he was, but as the co-founder of a growing eco-waste startup that had just landed a major government contract. My hands, once covered in grease, now held equity, pride, and purpose. My new partner, Maya, a sustainability engineer I'd met during my volunteer work, stepped beside me and handed me a glass of wine. "To second chances?" she smiled. I clinked my glass with hers. A distant part of me still remembered the humiliation, the dinner, the silence, the betrayal. But another part, the stronger one, remembered the applause at our pitch meeting, the way Maya's eyes lit up when I spoke about building a cleaner world, and the warmth of my daughter's words when she said, "Dad, I'm proud of you." As for Catherine, she now worked part-time at a call center. Her father cut ties. Her former colleagues blocked her. Her LinkedIn title read, "Open to Work." But even with all her pleas and emails begging to talk, I never responded. Because some things don't deserve closure, only distance. Was this revenge perfectly justified? Tell us what you would have done in the comments below. Like the story, share it with someone who needs this energy, and subscribe to Lauren's story for more jaw-dropping tales.